What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video, another presentation showcase where we go through all the details of a scooter from front wheel to back wheel, and I show you every single detail of this thing. And today on the channel we have the Zontes 368G version 2. Now, as you can see, it is pretty muddy, it's filthy. That's because I have been testing this thing properly, and shortly the proper full video will follow. But now I just want to take you through all of the details of the version 2. I have a video of the version 1, but if you're interested now, this is the one that's available on the market. So let's go through all the details. We're going to start in the front and in the back. So up front, we'll start with the windscreen. The windscreen is pretty big, it's tall. This, I just came off the highway, so this is in its highest position. You can adjust it by turn this, turn the other thing the same way, and now it's free. Well, I can adjust it to my heart's content and put it in every position that I wish, and then I lock it, lock this side as well. You can adjust the screen while riding. I showed this in the proper video that's probably coming out tomorrow. Moving on down, we have the headlights. Here we have the daytime running lights, we have LED high and low beam projector lights, and also we have auxiliary lights here on the side. This is the front facing camera. This is the crash bar that goes round. Upside down fork on the front, about 17 centimeters of travel. J-joint brakes on the front, single brake disc up front with a dual piston J-joint caliper. We have a 17-inch front wheel here on the front with CST off-road tires, spoked wheel, but it is a tubeless tire inside here, so they are radially spoked, so we do have a tubeless tire inside. Behind the front wheel we have our radiator, we have our horn right up there, and going underneath it what we can see is a plastic skid plate. This used to be metal on the version 1, but here on the second one it is plastic. Moving down to the side, we see the crash bars continuing to the side. We can see here that they are mounted straight to the frame, which is nice to see on a scooter. And also we do get some sliders here on the side. Moving on a little bit further back, we have our passenger foot pegs right here and our rider foot pegs right here. So as a rider, you can keep your feet here on the crash bars or on the foot pegs right here and ride it standing. We do have our oil level gauge. We have our exhaust right here, which has been, the design has been changed a little bit from version 1. You can see it is a little bit slimmer, a little bit smaller. A lot of mud protection here on the inside as I tested out. The engine is pretty clean, but this part is muddy, but that's okay because this is easy to clean out. On the back we have a 14-inch wheel with a really fat tire on the back. Again, off-road CST tires, spoked wheels, tubeless tires, single brake disc in the back with a caliper that is tucked in right inside here. It's a single piston caliper. Moving on further back, we have our turn signal indicators right here, which are LED, our rear lights, and our rear camera. Going around the scooter to the left side, we do have easy access to the air filter. We do have our CVT transmission right here. The shocks on the back, they are adjustable for compression and rebound. It is actually quite easy to adjust them. You just turn this, but you should read the manual before doing this because it tells you how to adjust everything, and here we can adjust the compression. Moving down the scooter, not much different from the other side. We do have our 2 foot pegs, passenger and rider. We have our side stand, we have our center stand right here. The oil filter has been reduced inside and now has a cover that goes on it. Honestly, if it were my scooter, I would take this oil filter out, take the cover off, and put the larger oil filter back on because it does fit, but the cover doesn't fit on it anymore. But a larger oil filter gives you better oil filtration during the life of the oil within the engine. Moving on up a little bit, here we have a 17.5 liter fuel tank. This is locked when the ignition is not on, but when the ignition is on, this is unlocked, so you can open it and fuel up. A little bit higher up, we do have a luggage hook right here. Here to the side, you put your hand in here and you can open the cubby hole that's right here on the side. Unfortunately, here there used to be a USB charger, one USB-A and one USB-C. That has gone, so this went down from 6 total charge ports to 4, only 4. One One is right up here. There we go. Can you see it? You should be able to see it. One is right out here, USB-A and USB-C, and the other one is under the seat. And since we're opening under the seat, we do have 52 liters of storage under the seat. Full face helmet can go in here, open face helmet can go there. There's our USB chargers, USB-A and USB-C, and here is our light for the underseat storage. It is on only when the ignition is on. Moving on to the dash area, we're gonna start with the handlebars. Here on the right hand side, we have our combination kill switch, ignition switch. You can push once on it, that puts the ignition on. If you have your key with you, which is the regular Zontes wireless key, then we push it down once. Now the fuel pump is on, and then if we tap a brake and push it down, the engine will start. This is our mode selector button. We can select from touring to sport mode. Here we have our throttle. It is an electronic throttle, so that's why you can select the modes, and honestly there is quite a bit of a difference between touring mode and sport mode in the first part of the throttle. Touring mode is more relaxed, gives you a more finesse with the throttle. Here we have our adjustable front brake lever. You can pull this to the front and you have a screw here that you can adjust. And that's a little bit too much. There we go. Brake master cylinder for the front. Exposed handlebar right here. Let's close this. The exposed handlebars make it quite easy to adjust it to your liking, and also mount something like a quad lock phone mount right here. You have all kinds of options to mount things to the handlebar. Rear brake master cylinder right here, similar but in mirror to the front one. We do have again an adjustable brake and also parking brake. And Zontes is a very simple method of doing a parking brake. You can easily engage it and then very easily disengage it. The left hand controls, we have our flasher for the high beams and then put the high beams on. We have our button to open the seat, our button to turn on the auxiliary lights, our hazard lights, our cruise control settings. This is where we set the cruise control, turn it on, then press again to set it, then plus and minus on the speed. We do have our turn signal indicators right here, our horn button right here, and our joystick to control the display. Also, on the handlebar, we do have these hand guards, which here are plastic, but this part and this part are metal. So in case of a fall, these will protect the lever pretty nicely. And moving on to the display, let's get you guys into a decent position. The display is nice and bright, like you can see it in sunlight. Even now, it is full sunlight right here, so it doesn't get much worse than this. There is a little bit glare, but not more than just your regular phone. It comes out a lot better in real life than it does on camera. So what we do, we use this joystick to control everything. We have here on the display, we have our clock right here, our ref counter, our tire pressure and tire temperature, our speed right here, our idiot lights right here, our cruise control right here, mode for touring and sport mode. We have our water temperature gauge right here, our fuel gauge right here, and our confirmation that the scooter is detecting the key right here. If we move left and right on the little joystick, we do get our fuel range, trip 1 and total odometer, average fuel consumption, which when you're riding it turns into instant fuel consumption, and average speed for trip 1, trip 2 and odometer, again fuel consumption and average speed for trip 2. Your atmospheric pressure, which is 38 Celsius today, it is pretty hot, and your voltage readout for the battery, and again back to fuel range. If we hold the button, just press it in, we get our control for our heated grips. We have three levels of heated grips to turn on. We have our rider heated seat, which we can turn on again 3 levels. Our passenger heated seat, which we can turn on again 3 levels. And then we can go into settings. But before we go into settings, we also have another one that you can turn off the traction control right here and then quickly turn it back on. But now let's move to settings. Click in. We have our motorcycle settings. Click in. DPMS settings, digital video recorder, this is for the cameras. Bluetooth settings, so you can connect your phone to the scooter. And that's about it. For DVR settings, you can turn on and off the cameras, you can show the cameras, and you can format the memory. DPMS settings, you can turn them on or off, or the units from kilopascals to bar to PSI. Also, you can learn the new sensors if you change them out for the front wheel and the back wheel. If we go to Bluetooth connection, delete connections, this is where you connect your phone to the scooter's display. Now we go out of it, we go into ride control. This is where you can turn off the rear ABS if you wish to. It's very easy to do, and it shows a nice graphic of the rear ABS being turned off on the rear. If we go scroll down to information, we see fault information, version information, software, maintenance reminder, all the good stuff right here. And if we go to display, we can change the display type. Quite a few versions of display right here, but I think this is the nicest one because it's the newest one and I think it's the cleanest one of all. We can drop down to units, kilometers to miles an hour, and we can go to language where we have English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, Dutch, Turkish, Malaysian probably. And it's funny how you have a graphic of the scooter right here and it changes, it shows the country's flag. That's a neat little trick right there. We also have date. We can set the date and time. We can set the backlight. Currently it's on maximum. We can set the style. So if something is selected, it shows yellow or green or purple. And moving on down, anything else? No, that's about it. So that's about it for the display. And now we're back to our regular display. One thing to note, the buttons are backlit. Exactly these white parts illuminate at night. I have a shot video of it, and this part of the joystick illuminates right here. Front suspension, I forgot to mention, is also adjustable for compression and rebound, so you can adjust, you can properly adjust it to your own weight. We have the regular Zontes mirrors right here, which are, they're good because they're up high and stick out. So the handlebar is wide, the mirrors are right to the end of the handlebar. You have very, very good visibility with these mirrors on. And that's about it for a presentation of all the features of the scooter in all of its detail. I've been getting about, in terms of fuel consumption, about 4 liters per 100 kilometers. So that means that with the 17.5 liter fuel tank in there, it should get over 400 kilometers of range. It is a very handsome scooter. Not much has changed in terms of design from the first version. A little bit of graphics. It does say 368 Enduro on it this time, 368G Enduro. So the graphics have been updated a little bit. The exhaust pipe has been updated a little bit. It's now smaller, but it's still an awesome scooter. And now it comes with electronic throttle. It comes with a heated seat, with cruise control, with ride modes. It's a good machine, and I've been quite impressed with it, but you'll see that in the full video. Until next time, take care out there everyone, and ride safe. Bye!